Hello and welcome to Breaking Lies. My name is Samar Hakim, coming to you from the heart of Iran. We're here to talk about Trump's speech, which he gave at the State of the Union to the American people about the war on Iran. New information was provided and details about the war and when the exit strategy was going to occur. Here is the details of the speech. Yep, you guessed it, there was nothing new about his speech. He just repeated his previous remarks. Look at this video.
Some more news from Washington last night. In a primetime address, Trump spoke for 19 minutes about the war and didn't have anything new to say. You know you nailed the primetime address when everyone's reaction is, "You interrupted the Masked Singer for this?" Yep, Trump didn't have much to say. It's like when your iPhone has an important update and then it just adds 2 new emojis. Yeah.
The speech received much positive feedback, including one from Stephen Colbert, who said it was concise and accurate. Listen to what he has to say.
It was a big night on all the broadcast networks. Donald Trump, at 9 o'clock, gave a national primetime address. It was concise, intelligent, and brought the nation together with shared purpose. April Fools. Trump
April Fools indeed. And now that we mention April Fools, have a look at this next video.
President Donald Trump.
Hey Trump, we opened the Hormuz Strait.
Bibi, they opened the Hormuz Strait. Has been Hormuz Strait.
Hey Trump, I'm kidding. April Fools.
What? April Fools? Bibi, he is kidding. April Fools. Get
The first part of his talk that I'd like to refer to is when he mentions the Strait of Hormuz. He says, "We did the hard part, and the rest is up to you." The hard part was closing the Strait of Hormuz. The rest is up to you is referring to, come here and try to open it.
Go to the strait and just take it, protect it, use it for yourselves. Iran has been essentially decimated. The hard part is done, so it should be easy.
He also mentions that they don't need the Strait of Hormuz. Well, do you disagree? So do I. Have a look at this video.
But as far as Trump is concerned, our allies are only part of the problem. The real culprit is Iran.
Why couldn't we go in and take over some of their oil, which is along the sea?
How would you do that? Would you send in the Marines? Would you take a chance in a war?
Let them have Iran. You take their oil. That's what
How?
How?
I mean, do we want a war? What do you mean we
in,
take their oil?
You go in. You're
How
gonna have
do
a
we
war,
go
Barbara.
in?
You're going to have a war by being weak.
Okay, how do we go in? What do we do?
Excuse me.
Yeah?
You're going to have a war.
And who else needs the Strait of Hormuz? You guessed it, his allies. Look at this.
I want to thank our allies in the Middle East, Israel, Saudi Arabia, Qatar, the UAE, Kuwait, and Bahrain. They've been great, and we will not let them get hurt or fail in any way, shape, or form.
They desperately need this route to be safe for their trading. And who else needs the Strait of Hormuz to be free and safe and open for trading? You guessed it, the American people.
Why is gas $5 a gallon? And why do I have to pay rent? And why is rent so high? And why do I have to drive my car and get the gas that I have to get to go to the job that I have to pay for rent? Why do I have to do all of that stuff?
We've said this before, that the Strait of Hormuz and the global trade of oil is interconnected, and the American gas prices are also connected to that. In only the last month, prices of gasoline in the United States have risen 64%. I mean, who would have thought that attacking Iran would have caused so many problems with energy prices across the globe? It seems everyone except Trump. Serious note, what does America want out of this war? Is it anything other than power, money, wealth, plundering the resources of the country? How many times in history do we have to see this? Just in the last 26 years since 2000, America has gone in and plundered the resources of countries like Afghanistan, Iraq, Libya, Somalia, Sudan. And let's not forget Venezuela. Let me translate exactly what Trump is saying when he says that we don't need the Strait. He's actually saying we can't open the Strait. I mean, what are they going to open them with? Their jets are being fired at, their ships are too big to get close, and they're going to get fired at anyway. I mean, who wouldn't want to control 20% of the global energy market? Just in case it's not quite clear for you, Trump recently posted on social media this tweet with explicit language regarding the Strait. And the reaction has been overwhelming from people from all around, including from inside and outside the United States of America. For example, Piers Morgan sends this message: "This is embarrassing. Delete it, President, unless you want everyone to think you've lost your marbles." Hakeem Jeffries also tweeted, "Disgusting and unhinged Easter message from Donald Trump. Something is really wrong with this guy. Thank you for your attention to this matter." Pete Wishart also said, "This is just utterly demented. The UK must now join our European allies in having nothing to do with Trump's madness."
Tonight, Iran's Navy is gone. Their Air Force is in ruins. Their leaders, most of them, terrorist regime they led, are now dead. Their command and control of the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps is being decimated as we speak. Their ability to launch missiles and drones is dramatically curtailed, and their weapons factories and rocket launchers are being blown to pieces. Very few of them left.
The second point that I want to mention is Trump's address with regards to Iran's defense systems. He says they're completely annihilated and they have complete control over Iran's skies. Well, who do you think disagrees with that? That's right, the fighter jets that were flying in Iran's skies the very next day. Boom. The Americans have confirmed that an F-15 fighter jet was shot down by Iran, but seem to deny everything else. The C-130s, the helicopters, and the drones that have been shot down on a consistent basis by Iran, they seem to find excuses for every one of them. The very next day, 2 fighter jets were shot down by Iranians' defense systems. The pilots ejected, and there was a rescue mission. As a result of that mission, 2 C-130 planes were destroyed, 4 helicopters, and a number of drones. Now you know what this is all for, right? This is all so that we can liberate the people of Iran. Americans are coming in to give the Iranian people freedom and democracy. And yet we see those villagers who are firing at rescue helicopters with their shotguns. Now, why would they be firing at their liberators? I mean, look at what Netanyahu has to say about this topic.
The nation of Iran and the nation of Israel have been true friends since the days of Cyrus the Great. And the time has come for you to unite around your flag and your historic legacy by standing up for your freedom from an evil and oppressive regime. It has never been weaker. This is your opportunity to stand up and let your voices be heard. Woman, life, freedom. Zan, Zandegi, Azadi.
Speaking of liberation, this was one of the most important missions of this war. And yet here he is, speaking at the State of the Union, saying that he wants to send Iran back to the Stone Ages.
We're going to hit them extremely hard over the next 2 to 3 weeks We're going to bring them back to the Stone Ages where they belong.
So which one is it? It's funny, isn't it, that a country that is less than 250 years old, built on the blood of Native Americans, is talking about liberating a country that is thousands of years old. Of course, the reactions to this has been quite different. Look at these social media posts. This tweet from the Iranian embassy in Zimbabwe refers to the age of the civilization of the Iranian empires and that the United States is playing with the lives of the people of the world. Regardless of which part of history we're talking about, the Iranian civilization is one that is much older than that of the American one. And perhaps there isn't a video that is better to explain this than the one by Ali Larajani, who was killed and martyred by the US and Zionist aggressors.
یه وقتی من رفته بودم امریکا، یه وقتی توی مصاحبه گفتم این رو که آقای کیسنجر گفته بود میخوام ملاقاتی با شما بکنم، منم دلم میخواست ببینم ایشون رو. ایشون اومد حرفای مختلف راجع هسته‌ای و مسائل دیگه زد و بعد گفت شما میخواید با ما یه رابطه استراتژیک داشته باشین. من گفتم ما با شما رابطه نداریم، شما میگید رابطه استراتژیک. چرا این سوال هم من میکنید؟ این روی میز گفت ما بعد از جنگ جهانی خودمون خط خطی کردیم، کشورها رو اسم گذاشتیم، یکی رو گذاشتیم فلسطین، یکی رو گذاشتیم نمیدونم سوریه، یکیش ترکیه، یکیش عراق فلان، جز 2 کشور، یکی ایران، یکی مصر. شما بودین، هستید و خواهید بود. ما چاره این جز این نداریم با شما راه بیاییم. یه آدم با فکر وقتی سابقه تاریخی ملت رو بشناسه اینجوری حرف میزن، نمیگه تسلیم. این ملت گنده تر از شما نتونستن تسلیمش بکنن.
Yes, a country that is thousands of years old in civilization cannot be made to surrender by simply threatening it and bombing it. What is the Stone Ages about anyway? It was about the survival of the fittest. The stronger one gets to have more food. It was the stronger one that dictated what happens. It was the stronger ones who ruled. If you did not obey, or if you did not agree with the stronger ones, you would simply be killed. Doesn't that look like the behavior of the number one nation of terror? Speaking of the number one nation of terror, have a look at this list. Since World War II, how many countries has Iran attacked? And how many countries has the United States of America attacked? Not a single country has been attacked by the Islamic Republic of Iran. But look how much chaos the US has caused across the globe, and yet they claim that it is Iran that is the number one nation of terror. And that's a wrap-up for Breaking Lies. We spoke about 3 things today from Trump's speech. The first thing that we spoke about was the Strait of Hormuz and how he doesn't want it, nor is it needed. And yet that is a big lie. The second thing that we spoke about was the demolition of Iran's military capability. Another lie. And finally, how he wanted to liberate the Iranian people, and now he wants to send them back to the Stone Age. Thank you for watching. This is Breaking Lies.